Hello world, welcome back to the Razor RC. Today we're taking a look at a brand new charger from Gens Ace. This is their mini charger, the Imars Mini, and is part of their new line of chargers and batteries that are just coming out. I think this is the very first product on the market in this line, so it's like a smart charger. As you can see, it is a mini charger that uses USB-C to power this thing up, so it is supposedly pretty darn tiny. I haven't taken a look at this yet. Charge power is a 60-watt charger, so that's going to be good for 2S up to about, 7-8 amps, 3S up to about 5 amps or so. It can do 4S, but you're going to be limited more like 4 amps or something like that, so not really ideal for 4S, but can work in a jiffy. Output voltage, you can see, goes up to 18 volts. Input current is up to 3 amps, so it does use, I guess you could actually plug this in with like a USB cable, like a 5-volt USB cable that does 2.4 amps, like you might find for like an iPad or something like that. But it does include a DC connector. So yeah, there's some information. 2 to 4S, 2 to 12S nickel metal hydride, and then all your standard battery compositions that I use: LiPo, Life, and lithium high voltage. So yeah, let's check this thing out. A little more information there on the back. So, as you might expect, some instructions. The Imars Mini in full color. Wow, that's actually pretty nice. You don't typically see full color instructions. All in, oh, here we go, some other different languages. Chinese, I don't know, what is that? Italian? German? Sorry, don't know too many other languages. Pulling this thing. Wow, look at that. That thing is tiny. Holy crap. Wow, that is smaller than even I thought. Like, this is a battery. It's like half the size of a 2S battery. That's crazy. Wow, this is way smaller, way lighter than I would have expected. Look at that thing. As comparison, this is like a 10-scale buggy tire. Like a tiny little 2-wheel drive buggy tire. Okay, tiny charger, definitely. Like, here's a AA battery. Okay, anyways, that's the charger itself. Way smaller than I would have even imagined. It does include a couple of leads here. Not sure why there's two. Oh, it looks like there's one EC3, one EC5 connector, so that's pretty nice because I do use my EC5s primarily. And then here we go with the so this is the wall charger, the AC to DC converter, and it's like bigger than the battery, so that's pretty crazy. That is pretty neat though. We're going to take a look at that. Here's the battery they sent me. This is a 5500 milliamp hour 2S pack. It's part of their advanced line, although it looks a little different than, oh, here we go. Got a little label there, but I couldn't find any actual, there we go. So this is part of their advanced line. It actually tells you the charge of the battery. This one is at 75%. It's got 3 lights out of 4, that means 75%. It does have a different style connector, so as you can see, it is a balance port, but it's got an additional plug there, so you should be able to charge this on any charger. And then I believe this charger can also charge any standard 2 to 4S battery as well. It does not have to be G-Tech, but obviously you lose some of those benefits. But yeah, let's take a look at how this thing actually works. Okay, so using the charger is pretty simple. You just plug it in, and it'll kind of go through this initialization thing. Plug that in, you hear it beep. See all the lights kind of cycle, charge and storage mode, and then it's ready to go. So charging is like crazy simple. It's like, it's not even one touch, it's like no touch. All you do is plug in the battery here, then you plug in the balance port here on the side. It'll recognize it as lithium high voltage, and then it just starts charging. So you see it flashing there on the charge, and then you'll see the little capacity indicator be charging, and you just let it sit there and charge. So that's pretty simple. You can always cancel it. Hold down a button, and that'll cancel the charge if for some reason you didn't actually want to charge it. And then there's also storage mode, so you just hold down the storage mode. After your run, you really always want to go back to storage mode, so that'll discharge down to about 3.7 volts per cell, 3.8 volts per cell, depending on the battery type, or if it's undercharged, it'll charge it back up to that. So after you run, you always want to do store charge. Then of course before you run, you want to charge it. So that's pretty simple. Hit any button to cancel that, and then go back to idle state is what they call it. So what's other interesting is you can always of course charge up a different battery. I've got a 2S Gen Ace battery here. So this is a standard battery, right? It's not one of the smart batteries. Find whatever adapter if you need to. It's nice that it comes with EC5s. So that's what I run, and then plug it in. Plug in the balance charge lead here. And then this will obviously not auto detect the battery type, so you gotta select it. So you just go down to the one that you want. This is going to be LiPo, and then go ahead, hold down the charge button, and then it'll charge as well. So yeah, any sort of battery type. If you've got a non-smart one, you can just charge that 2 to 4S, and that's pretty simple. So we'll go ahead and cancel that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, a pretty basic charger. The cool thing about this is it's just super simple. It's fairly cheap as well at I think it's $38, $39, pretty inexpensive. The batteries are going to be a little bit more, obviously, because they are the smart batteries, but this one, a 5500C, is $50, but it's not just a standard battery. In addition to the smart stuff, it has the battery indicator, which is pretty cool. Super hard case as well, so this is like their premium line of batteries. Kind of tells you. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. The Imars Mini. Thoughts about it? First off, who is this for? I would say if you want like a really cheap charger that's really kind of basic, you only need to charge 2 or 3S, 4S in a jiffy, but really it's more of a 2S, 3S. You want something simple, kind of idiot-proof, honestly. Like I honestly have some nephews and nieces and stuff that have some RC cars, but they just run nickel metal hydride right now because I didn't really want to give them a LiPo battery, but I think this is actually pretty good. All I have to do is just tell them to, smart charge it, and then make sure you store charge after you run, and then that'll be a lot safer than using like a manual charger. So that's who I would say this is kind of intent for. You want a super mini thing. For some reason you want a really small charger, this is going to be obviously the smallest charger you can get that still has decent power. And then if you want something like kind of idiot proof, kind of like easy to use, I guess, would be the other reason. So I'm super excited to see if they come out with more chargers, more batteries and stuff. Maybe a higher power charger I think would be pretty cool. This is kind of more like a portable one, I think, or a really basic one and gets you going. So anyways, that's my thoughts on the Gen Ace Imars Mini charger. Pretty cool little charger. Neat to see they kind of stepping into that smart battery arena, because this is kind of the next wave, I guess, of chargers and batteries and stuff in the LiPo space. So hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe buttons. Look for more videos soon. Thanks for watching.